Hello there. I'm Scotty. You're not. Yes, we're gonna talk about Jurassic World Rebirth now. I got that in the back of the fridge. If you're wondering, Scotty, why are you doing it like this? Well, I still have my horror background, my Halloween Horror Month background up because I'm still gonna do some bonus reviews. Even though I'm done with the main stuff, I'm still gonna do some bonus reviews. So, I'm trying to catch up on the movies that came out this year. This is what we'll be using until November. I don't even know if I'm going to be doing any of these in October, or if I'm just going to do the horror ones. The horror ones, obviously, going to be there, but yeah. So let's talk about Jurassic World Rebirth. This is announced. They had a different name. I don't know what it was called, like Jurassic something, but it wasn't World. And then ultimately it just became Jurassic World Rebirth, and I'm like, okay, I'm like, why can't we go back to Jurassic Park? Like, I was always confused, like, Jurassic World. Okay, that's cool for the fourth movie, we're gonna do it. Then every movie after that kept Jurassic World. Why can't we call it something else, right? Why does it have to be World? Well, now we've marketed it, and now we're selling it, so it has to say Jurassic World, because that's what the people know, right? Because those people who grew up with Jurassic Park, we're not the ones buying shit, are we? Oh, wait, yes, we are. And we show our kids these movies, and they know what Jurassic Park is, so I don't understand why we can't go back to that, but, well, we've gone past that. In this movie, so I have problems with this movie because it felt like they were trying too much to course correct. It's like, okay, people had a problem with the last one. Right? Clones? There's no clones. Nope, there's no clones in here. There's no weird stuff. No, none of the beloved cast is here, although one character has a connection to Alan Grant. Alan Grant. But no. They got Gareth Edwards to direct this, and for his part, he does a pretty good job. For the most part. And then you have David Koepp, who wrote the original Jurassic Park, writing this. And this feels like they told him, we need you to write this movie, but here's a bunch of tropes and cliches we want you to put. Here's a bunch of tropes and cliches we want in the movie, and just write it around this. Let's see. Stuck on an island. Kids. Something cute and cuddly to sell to the people at home. Big dinosaurs. John Williams theme. Even though sometimes it might not make sense, just throw it in there anyway. People with guns. Bad guy who's obviously bad guy. Alright, I think I got this. Oh, I forgot. Opening scene that is scarier than the whole rest of the movie. It is, but they make it stupid. They make it stupid. This opening scene. It's in the trailers. And it actually... The trailers fucking lied to us, okay? There were a couple times in the trailers. Here, they say that this island they're going to is like the original site for the original Jurassic Park. That's not what it is. It's just a genetics site, island. And those of you who are watching the trailer going, why are we going to another island? Isn't there dinosaurs all around the world? Well, we don't have to worry about that because apparently the climate has gotten so bad that they can only exist on the equator. What? That's them saying. That's another... Oh, by the way, remember how those dinosaurs were all around the world? Just put them all somewhere, would ya? Make an excuse. That's what it feels like. Because it's just like, oh, they're all after this on the equator. The equator, which is a very tiny source of land. There's water, which is a very small part of water you could go against. And then, well, it looks small on a map, but it's actually bigger. You know what I mean? And then certain parts of land. But like, that pimple is bugging me. People sweating and itching. So they're all banished to the equator. Sure. that so so they get rid of one of the big enticing things from the end of Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. Well, I want to see people coexisting with animals, and they basically nerfed that in the last one by saying, oh, they were put in reserves. They can only live in certain places. They're just bunched up in places now. They're not all over the place except for Blue and her baby and that. Now it's like, now all the dinosaurs are now supposed to the equator. And if we're supposed to think this exists in the same world as that, I don't think Owen Grady would allow Blue to be put there. Why wasn't that a movie? Why wasn't there a movie before this that showed our characters that we know and love trying to fight this equator thing and losing and realizing it's the only place they could go because apparently the climate is fine there, which very hot in the equator, and our climates are also very hot. As I don't know, there's this thing people talk about called global warming. I don't know, but there's that. So we have this guy, Neb is his name. I don't know, but it's Rupert Friend is the actor who plays it. This rich guy who wants to hire Sora. So what's her name? Zora, the explorer, who is Scarlett Johansson's character, to lead a team to this island to get samples from these animals, these big-ass animals, the Mosasaurus, the Coaxocoaxawundawalna, and the Titanosaurus. Coatzacoatl and a Titanosaurus. A big bird one. Why couldn't it just be a giant pterodactyl? Why did I get a fancy name? I don't know. But anyway. So she got to lead a team there. And you look at this guy. This Neb or whatever his name, and I'm like. So he's a bad guy, right? And if you don't believe that from the first scene that he's going to introduce, there's a scene where they get off on a boat to talk to Mahershala Ali. He comes out, glasses and wearing a little hat and stuff, very much like a villain, a Bond villain or something from like Indiana Jones. I'm like, obvious villain is obvious. And there's more things that he does throughout the film that proves he's a villain, but before we get to Mahershala Ali, we meet Jonathan Bailey's character. And I kid you not, his name is Dr. Loomis. Dr. Henry Loomis. But they call him Dr. Loomis several times through the movie. And I just, every time I see Dr. Loomis, I'm like, I don't want to go near no goddamn dinosaur. A T-Rex, goddamn T-Rex, or a Triceratops, or a goddamn Velociraptor. Keep me away from the goddamn dinosaurs. No. Hey, what are you doing? Stay away from the T-Rex. Get your ass away from there. I don't, every time they go to Mahershala Ali's character, and they talk it over, get him to agree, and then they go, and then like, oh hey, Ed Skrein's in this movie. Oh, Ed Skrein is in this movie. He was the villain, memorable villain, in the first Deadpool movie. And if your reaction was, the reaction most people would be, oh hey, Ed Skrein's in this movie. Oh, he's gone. Because you see him, and then like maybe see him once or twice in the background or something, and the next time he's really prominent, he's gone. And we get this journey, we get some dialogue, and I'm sitting here, and Mahershala Ali is talking to Scarlett Johansson. He goes, "Oh, sorry about Booker." I'm like, yes. Who is Booker? Apparently that was her partner who died on a mission. He exploded. And he lost his kid, and his girlfriend or wife left him. And I'm like, okay, this is character building. But like, why wasn't the opening scene, why wasn't Booker in the opening scene? Why wasn't the opening scene them trying to go into this lab and Booker dies, and that's why she's got to redeem herself? No, sorry about Booker. We don't know who Booker is. We don't know who many of these characters are. And 45 minutes into the movie, I almost turned it off. This was a rare occasion. I knew nothing about a movie. In 2025, I knew nothing about a movie going in. Superman was another one that I tried to stay away. Although the Supergirl scene did get leaked, and I saw that. Or at least pictures of it. Not the whole scene, just pictures of it. So I knew she was in that movie. Though they did announce it, so I don't know why people were so surprised when she popped up. I don't know how. I've watched a lot of reactions. And either they're lying through their teeth about not knowing something's going to be in there, or they really are trying really hard not to see anything. Because in this day and age, it's kind of hard to do, but I got away with this one. And it made me roll my eyes, and I almost turned it off. I paused it. I'm like, really? We cut to a family on the ocean. And I went, well, what? Why did we cut away from the more entertaining plot? What is this? And I'm like, can we? No, we get this guy. This guy is a father. Two girls. One girl's getting ready to go to college. The other one's a little girl. And then the older daughter's got her boyfriend, who's an asshole, but not really, because he wants to. He doesn't want. He's pretending to be an asshole, so she doesn't feel bad for breaking up with him when she goes to college. But she knows he's pretending to be an asshole, so she just excuses everything, and the dad doesn't like him. I don't like him either. Well, then I'll be careful. You'll be dead. No, it's a wrong franchise. Yeah, it's your turn to steer the boat. It's like, I don't want to. I'm gonna go back down and take another nap. It's like, I don't know. But they get attacked by the Spinosauruses, and their boat gets capsized, and the Mosasaurus comes around, and eventually, our team of heroes find them, save them, and bring them aboard their ship. For about a cup of coffee, because I don't get why they couldn't have just washed up on the shore of the island and they find them there. Because they come on the boat, there's maybe 10 minutes of talking and trying to figure out what they're going to do. And the Mosasaurus is going around again. The Spinosauruses come back and go after this ship. The bad guy adds more bad guy to his status by not allowing them to call for help because they're there illegally, which it makes sense. But then I kid you not, they have a little struggle, and then the older daughter is like, oh, and then falls right into the water. I'm like, seriously? How does that? She's in the cabin and she just falls out and right into the water. And then she asks the guy for help, and he's just like, nah. So the boyfriend jumps in after her, proving he's not an asshole. And then the dad and the little girl jump in after them too. You know, I remind you, there are dinosauruses who want to eat you in the water. Somehow they make it to the island. So do our team, but not before Bobby dies. You may be asking, who is Bobby? That's what I want to know. It's Ed Screen. We're like, oh, Bobby, no. I'm like, yeah, Bobby. Who is Bobby? He was in 2 scenes. He did nothing. And then you get to the island, and Nina dies. And again, you're asking, who is Nina? And again, I want to know. Because she gets eaten by a dinosaur, and they're like, oh no, Nina! And I'm like, Nina! Who is Nina? Why should we care about these people getting eaten? We don't know them. They've had a couple of scenes. The French guy, he dies too, but he gets more of a scene. Question. If he can understand English, why is he always speaking in French? I'm confused because they're talking to him in English and he replies to them in French. And I'm like, wait, if he understands English, why isn't he talking in English? Is it a quirk? Is it a quirk? I don't like it. Get rid of it. Why is he only speaking in French? It makes no sense. I come to a movie to watch, not to read. Why is this guy speaking French all the time? It's not a foreign film. It's not a French film. Why is he speaking French the whole time? So now they're both teams around the island, but they're not in the same place. So now we gotta bounce back and forth. And it gets very annoying. I'm like, why couldn't it be they wash the shore and they meet each other? Why do I have to separate again? Why bring them together on the boat if they're gonna separate again? And we separated. And I'm interested in the plot with Scarlett Johansson and Mahershala Ali. Every time it jumps to the family, I'm taken out of it. It's like, why? And if that wasn't enough, that they force-fed kids in here and a family, like I said, they gotta go Grogu on our asses by introducing a tiny little dinosaur of sorts. It's like a Triceratops and something else. Tiny little dinosaur that little girl wants to be a pet. Right? I'll address that later. But it wants to be a pet, and it's just carrying around. And those of us who have seen The Last World went, no, you don't want to do that. But nothing ever comes of it. They're carrying around a baby dinosaur, and I know, it's a hybrid, but still. I think that's the way. Oh, it's a hybrid. There's no parents to track it down. I don't care. So, just so you know how they're doing on the expedition of trying to get this DNA. They got the Mosasaurus DNA, and here they get the Titanosaurus DNA. Well, let's talk about the theme song. Yeah, the Jurassic Park theme song. So when you think of it, what do you think of? You think of big, grand dinosaurs standing in there. You think of flying over the island. Do you think of people dropping fish onto something? Because that's when we first hear the song. It's when they go to meet Mahershala Ali. The theme song plays and we see fish dropping onto a platform of some sort. I'm like, really? The theme is this. Really? The theme goes here? It's like in Rob Zombie's Halloween, where they put the Halloween theme song, John Carpenter's Halloween theme song, and Michael Myers running away from school when he was a kid. That doesn't match. What? But then here they play the big grand theme song with the Titanosaurs, and they're like, ooh. Weren't you just almost eaten by dinosaurs in the water? Why are you going ooh ah over these things? What? It makes no sense. It makes no sense. And so now they have to get the DNA of the Quetzalcoatl, big giant bird one. And they decide it's too damn big to try to get it. So the Titanosaurus and the Mosasaurus were not too big to get, but that one's too big. That one. So they're gonna extract it from an egg. And again, I'm getting flashbacks to Jurassic Park 3. Don't get their eggs. Poor Billy. I mean, he's still alive, as far as we know. At least he survived that movie. We don't know anymore now, because I don't know. But yeah, so they have to extract from the egg. They get all their dino DNA, and then they make it to the outpost from the beginning of the movie. And that's where you have all this genetic dinosaurs. And another time, the trailer slide. Is it raptors? Did you say raptors? Yes, it's raptors. No, it's a something. The D-Rex. It's a Tyrannosaurus Rex mixed with some other kind of... It's a Derposaurus. That's it. It's a Derposaurus. That's what it looks like. It's a Derposaurus. I don't know. And it's got like 6 arms and going around. Got a big boompy head. And I'm like, this is the big monster we wanted. There's no raptors for the first time in forever. And ever, there's no raptors. Huh. But anyway, so they get there, and this is where finally bad guy is bad guy, because when they're on the boat, Dr. Loomis suggests to Scarlett Johansson, hey, why don't we just instead of letting this rich guy do it. Why don't we distribute it to people and use it to other people and use it to the people? We the people. And let them use it. There's a problem with that. We'll get to that. I'm going to give him credit to someone, another YouTuber. We'll get there because I didn't think of it. So I'll give it to him. When we get there, but like, no, and here again, they discuss it again. Like, well, maybe we should. And the guy's like, no, I have a gun that I stole from a soldier that was hanging and we didn't explain why he was there, but I just got the gun. No, you're not. Give me the thing. Give me the thing. I will have my money. Eaten by a dinosaur. Not right away, but pretty much how it goes. Because obvious bad guy is obvious, and once we now have revealed that he was a bad guy the whole time like we didn't already know. He's eaten by a dinosaur. So now, we have to escape the island. Oh, they all meet up, by the way. So now we have to escape the island. So let's do the original raft scene from the original Jurassic Park. To escape the island. So eventually they escape, they get to the raft, and they go off, and everything is happy. The Jurassic Park theme is playing, and Scarlett Johansson and Dr. Loomis decide that they're going to spread the DNA to the people, give it to the people, and the little girl's going to keep the baby dinosaur. And then the movie ends, and I went, what? This ending, this movie is over 2 hours long. This movie is 2 hours and 14 minutes long. And it ends like Jurassic Park 3. I saw comparisons to Jurassic Park 3. You got the family being rescued, right? Only there's no subterfuge in this one. And you got them trying to collect samples, which was what Billy was trying to take the eggs. Whatever, you can quit that, whatever. There's no outright villain in that one, though. Just want to point that out. The Spinosaurus in this one, too. Put that on it. Yeah, put it on it. And then, talking to my hand. I do that a lot. And then you have the ending that just abrupt end. Oh, we're going to distribute these, and they're going to keep the dinosaur. And it ends with the Jurassic Park theme. Two things. One, no, you ain't keeping that baby dinosaur, because they said at the beginning of the movie they can only live in the equator. So why do you think you're going to take it home with you? Scarlett Johansson knows this, and she's just like, oh, they'll let him keep it. And I'm like, no, it won't live. It's going to die. You're going to go outside and you'll be out dead. Right? Also, that's a baby. What happens if it does survive and grows up to be a giant-ass dinosaur in your backyard? Hello? But the big one, because I give all credit to 3C Film, Chris Parker, 3C Film. I saw his spoiler reveal title and it said sequel tease, and I watched it. I'm like, there's no sequel tease, it just ends. Credit to him though, because he mentioned something I didn't think of. They're going to distribute the DNA to the people to cure the heart disease, like the guy wanted to do it for money. They're just going to put it out there. Maybe money, I don't know. But you're going to put it out there. That's a bad idea. Because as Chris pointed out, every time the dino DNA is out there for discussion, there's someone who wants to use it for experiments. Like the guy in Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. He wanted to sell it to Iberia. He wanted to sell dinosaurs that could, do missions. By the way, we never went back to that. And some of those were sold to people. I didn't even go back to them using the dinosaurs. And people could do other experiments. They can create dino-human hybrids, which is something that people roll their eyes at. And we're glad they didn't use for the fourth Jurassic Park movie or Jurassic World. I kind of want to see what they would do with that. And, yeah. Yeah, it's not going to be so smooth as you think. You're not just going to use it for to cure heart diseases. Chris is right. You are opening up a can of worms, like he said. You destroy it. I'm sorry. If I was on that boat, if I'm a Mahershala Ali, I'd take it and just start smashing the shit out of that box that they have the stuff in. No. But we wouldn't have sequels that way. And then they're going to realize in the next one, it's all our fault. No, duh. It's all your fault. Yeah. And then just one kind of complaint I have. A lot of people are fed up on the dino experiments, the mutations. I want more. And I know people will be like, what do you mean you want more? I didn't get enough. No. Because here's why. Every time they do a mutated dinosaur in a movie, it's barely in the movie. Look at the Indorex, the Indominus Rex. It's probably the most we see of a mutated dinosaur in a movie. And they went out like a bitch. And then we have the Indoraptor. And while it's very few scenes of it were scary, went out like a bitch. And here, I don't even know if they defeated the thing. But I wanted more of these mutated dinosaurs. Like when they showed that lab in the trailer, I'm like, ooh, we might have like mutations and stuff. For it to only the mutation stuff is held for the last act of this movie, and that's it. And I know a lot of that has to do with the CGI and the budget, but I want more. Give me them fighting against mutated dinosaurs in a whole movie. In fact, the next one, Jurassic World Mutation. Just give it to me, baby. The sky is pretty flat for a mutated dinosaur. That's what I'm saying. But as it pertains to this particular film, I'll give it a middle of the road. It was fine. A lot of people are saying this. It was better than the last two. It was. So I'll give it a middle of the road. It's fine. Oh, wait, there's the little dinosaur. There, that one. That's the thing. Is it like the Triceratops with the headbutt one? I don't know. But, yeah, it's fine. I didn't expect anything big from it. I don't expect anything big from these movies anymore. I think that I said this. This was the first Jurassic World movie I had no excitement for. It was just like, okay, whatever. It comes out, I'll buy it. Because it's part of that franchise, and I love Jurassic Park. I'm a fan of the whole original trilogy. Jurassic World is good, but I like the original trilogy. Yes. Even Jurassic Park 3, although it is worse than World. But I do get some enjoyment out of it. Alan included. But yeah, so what are your thoughts on Jurassic World Rebirth? And no comment, so make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. I'm Sky, and I'll see you in the next one.